Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
So, the topic I'm continuing with today is moods and states of mind, and I'm titling this No Neutral Observer. So, in the Satipatthana Sutta, this is a sutta that we often refer to with reflective meditation. The third foundation of mindfulness, we often say awareness, invites us to know moods and states of minds. It recognizes that our awareness of our experience will be colored by our moods, by our state of mind. And just as awareness is colored by our feelings, by our being in a body, these are all important conditions for us to be aware of in our experience. And it suggests something important to me, and this is where I go, that there's really no neutral observer of our experience. I'm not a neutral observer of my life. I'm a moody observer. I'm a feeling observer. I'm an embodied observer. And that really changes the way I understand the Dharma, this fourth foundation of awareness. So, when I first came to Buddhist practice in 1998, I had just survived a near death experience.
It's not, I'm not getting it.
Oh, one sec. Let me.
Hmm.
Jeannie, I
Look at
think
it.
we can mute you.
Yeah, right.
We'll do that. Okay. I think that, Jeannie, we muted you. So I'll start again here. From when I first came to Buddhist practice in 1998, I had just survived a near death experience. And close on the heels to that, my 8 year old niece died of complications of lung cancer. And those events did not politely wait outside of my meditation. They filtered in, they showed up regularly. And sometimes they were in the foreground, very raw and, very loud. And sometimes they were more in the background, like a low atmospheric pressure, a system that kind of moved through me, that shifted and changed. But at the time, being new to practice, I thought something was wrong, that these moods and states of mind of grief, fear, existential vertigo, I would even say, I thought that they were obstacles to insight. But now and over the years, I've questioned, what if they weren't? What if they were actually the conditions for insight, for care, for calm, and even for peace? So yesterday I was walking in the Santa Monica Mountains. Today it's pouring rain. Yesterday I just caught the mountains before the rain came. I came across a huge agave in bloom, and they are known to have only one stalk in their lifetime, and it's very dramatic. It's like shouting at me, come here, look at me." So I took out my phone to go look at it. Oh, and Charlotte's actually going to show you great the photograph, because you might not know what agaves look like. I'm not sure if you have them in your area. And when I started to take the photograph, it gave me the option to choose a filter before I took the photo. And I had it in mind, oh, okay, I'm going to take this image with all these different filters and show you today how they represent a mood change. And the agave plant didn't change, though science really argues that we can't see the moment to moment changes that are happening with our eyes. But my eyes did not see the agave plant changing, but the filter did. And moods and states of mind are like that. The same life, a different filter. The content doesn't necessarily disappear, but the filter changes. And the filter allows me to see something from another angle and another perspective. Thank you for sharing the photo. You can take it down whenever, yeah. So it got me to thinking about how interesting it is that our moods and what we're aware of, moods, states of mind, our feelings, etc., really are a big deal in regards to our views. And as we say in our book, views are a big deal in Buddhism. A skillful view often leads the Eightfold Path. And whether we translate view as right or appropriate, skillful, sensitive, we're still advised to hold our views lightly. So, whatever angle we're looking at isn't the whole picture, but it's a part of the picture and an important part. Okay. So, I considered that moods and state of mind, with being tied to our perspectives and views, these views are often about other people, about nature, about the way the world works, about presidents, especially on President's Day here in the US. My view is not just about the object out there, it's about the mood and state of mind in here. They come together. And so this sutta, I think, points us towards relational awareness. It contextualizes our awareness. It really puts some doubt into the idea that we could be neutral observers and not have any mood, feeling, body perception affect our view. But it is very easy to turn our awareness into the truth and into a reality. It's a very human process, especially with a reflexive and reflective mind. And even if we logically know our mood is not some sweeping statement of the world, in depression, we can often think nothing matters. In grief, we can often think it's all about loss. Or in fear, nothing's safe. I'll never be safe. There's no safety. So I'm going to make a note about our practice here, about reflective meditation in regards to what I'm bringing up. My intention, and I would maybe say our intention, is not to dissect experience into categories. This is a mood. This is a feeling. This is a body pain. Because they all overlap. But we might be able to say more about the mood, to say more about the feeling, to say more about the state of mind. Because if we can, it gives us more information. And historically, some interpretations of Buddhism downplayed this kind of variety of experience that we get by trying to give us a map beforehand. And we really want to restore dignity to the variety of ways we experience our lives, the way we experience our meditation. So moods and states of mind are information, and that's why we ask you to describe them to yourself, or to us afterwards when you can. And you can't always, because they're not always so apparent. If you look at some of those filters, some of them seemed very similar to the original view of the agave. There's only a little shift. It's subtle, but it can be pervasive. The information we can get from knowing our moods and state of mind, they can tell us more about how we're attaching to something, how we fear it, how we care. It can tell us more about our values, more about our longings. And this information is not the enemy of insight, care, calm, and peace. It's actually the living conditions of it. And knowing these moods and states of mind and the other awarenesses, I think they're how awareness becomes more human and not so ideal. Okay, I'm going to end here. Thank you for